Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So, on today's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of words. Now, this is more of a general social commentary episode because I think this is something that's important for people to understand. We're talking about words and word usage. Granted, not as much anime news this time, but you know, words are very important. The words you choose help you to communicate um, what you want to communicate. Depending upon how those words are used, is whether or not determines how much of an impact the words that they have. You know, we have all kinds of situations where people just will say stuff, and times it seems like they don't really think about what they're saying. For example, you might have situations where somebody may say, well, just let us know, if there's anything we can do, or there's anything we can do, or well, we'll do anything we can for you. People will often say that, but I don't think they often understand the gravity of what they're saying. Because you say something like that, you're basically implying that you're giving the person permission to ask anything and everything. You know, sometimes and some people may actually take that at face value. You say, well, if there's anything we can do, let us know, or if we would be willing to do anything. You know, I don't think people understand the full gravity of what that actually means. And if you try to be person of your word, it can end up being a trap if you're not careful. People often like to throw around terms without really fully understanding what they're saying. Another example is, how people in using kind of like when you see our current political ideological situation right now, how, cancel culture and and opposing viewpoints and all that, how we get heated discussions over certain things. Well, if you don't agree with me, therefore you're this evil person. Whether and they just throw out insults. It's like, oh, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're this, you're that. You're a Nazi. You know, like that one is it kind of shows people who use Nazi as an insult like that, like particularly those who throw it at President Trump, for example, I think are just truly ignorant of what the term actually means. First off, Nazi is a portmanteau that means National Socialist. A lot of Democrats, a lot of liberals out there like to just throw the word Nazi at Trump, because they don't like him. They don't like that he was elected. They don't like what he's done. So they try to vilify the man by saying, "Oh, he's a Nazi." You know, but truth be told, if there's anybody who is a not, if there are any people, a group of people who are real Nazis, it's more like the liberal, socialist, progressive Democrat. It's the people like Bernie Sanders, like Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, like Nancy Pelosi, like Jerry Nadler, like all those people. They're like the mainstream media, Hollywood. they're the real Nazis. From an ideological standpoint, they're the ones who are more in line with Adolf Hitler from an ideological standpoint. Okay, not Trump, but yet they like to just, they figure, well, if they throw out the word Nazi is this very hated word, and, yeah, so people like to just throw around terms like like candy, it's like, you know, so that's kind of part of the importance of knowing what you're saying. Okay, that's the importance of word zone. The idea is that you need to use before you say anything, should really think about what you're saying, and try to fully understand the full ramifications of what you're saying. And with that, that's the only piece of it I have to say on that. So let's move on to some other stuff here. On this day in history, I've got a couple of things here to point out. Okay, so on this date 20 years ago in 1999, WCW had promoted the event Starrcade 99, 1999. It um, was, it was most notably as the year that during a no disqualification match for the WCW World Heavyweight title, Bret Hart had retained the title against Goldberg. But this is also the match that pretty much started to bring Bret Hart's career to an end. Having suffered a concussion at the hands of Goldberg from a mule kick he did, getting kicked right in the head to the point to where it caused him a concussion that would eventually end his career, force him into retirement. Among some of the other matches that night, of course, included Chris Benoit defeating Jeff Jarrett in a ladder match for the WCW United States Heavyweight title. Kevin Nash defeating Sid Vicious in a Master of the Powerbomb match. Sting defeating Lex Luger, under the name Total Package, among some of the other matches. Um, at this point, of course, WCW was starting to go downhill. This is also around the time that Vince Russo had taken over at WCW after Eric Bischoff had been relieved of his duties as WWE, WWE at the time. I guess it was still WWF at the time, now known as WWE, was was starting to gain more and more prominence. This is like, of course, about a couple years away from WWE buying out, or the WWF buying out WCW. So this is, I think, one of the last Starrcades they had um, before WWE bought it out. But the main event was Bret Hart retaining his title against Goldberg, but at the cost of his career, basically, you know, having been later diagnosed with post concussion syndrome. So, also on this date in 2012, I believe, um, yeah, on 2012, the um, the anime adaptation of Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions came to came to a conclusion. on this date in 2012, about 7 years ago. In 2012, the anime adaptation of Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions came to its close on this date in 2012. And with that being said, you can check the links below. You can check, if you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Discord or join my Discord, and I will usually reply back to you. You can also comment on my videos, wherever you'll find them. Um, I'm also promoting a bunch of different dub companies. Um, you might want to check the other works out because remember, Funimation is not the only game in town, folks. You know, um, Funimation is not the only game in town. There are other like companies to check out, other voice actors to check out there. And always remember too, if there's a particular voice actor you want to see at a convention, all you got to do contact your local conventions and just politely, respectfully ask them to invite them to their cons. And also, I'm still promoting, of course, the GoFundMe's, GoVix, and Ortiz family. As always, never feel like you have to donate. Sure, they appreciate it if you do, but not at the cost of your own financial well-being. If you're able to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If um, if you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the links. Because sharing is caring after all, and you never know, maybe somebody in your circle of friends will see it and say, yeah, I want to give him a hand too. You never know. And if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and hitting the notification bell for updates. I always look forward to the conversation with you guys. This video I'm kind of making a little bit quicker because I'm a little pressed for time today, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed my videos, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.